Morning, welcome to Code Automate, a show that focuses on young people's issues. Yeah, my name is Lungile. Today on the show, we'll talk to a businesswoman whose organization is called Twin Connect Solutions. She will tell us more about her organization. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
May you introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Tafadzwa Rungisa, founder of Twin Connect Solutions.
Okay. And why is it called Twin Connect Solutions?
Well, basically, we actually founded the organization. When I say we, it's Tatenda and Tafadzwa. We are twins. We're the founders of Twin Connect Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So my twin is Tatenda Rungisa. She's also one of the directors of our organization.
Impressive. And when did Twin Connect Solutions start?
That was January 2018, last year.
Mm-hmm. And how long has it been running, and what activities have you been doing?
Well, Twin Connect has got different departments. First of all, we've got catering. We cater for small events at the moment. We also do baking and baking tutorials, especially to empower the girl child. We're also into motivational speaking and article writing. I'm a speaker and she's a writer. She's been writing for both local and international magazines and newspapers as well. Mm-hmm. Then we also have outreach programs, which is charity work. We go out to orphanages or people's homes and we assist in kind. Mm-hmm. Then we also have a marketing and HR consultancy, which is deriving back from our professional and academic life, where we offer marketing solutions and HR solutions to different organizations. So basically, that's Twin Connect Solutions.
All right. And there are a lot of things that you're doing in Twin Connect Solutions.
Yes.
What made you actually start to or think about that kind of a vision to tackle all of those things with you, a young woman?
Well, it comes back from how we were raised. As they say, that charity begins at home. We were raised with a hardworking lady. Though she's late now, but she actually groomed us to be those kind of women who work hard, who are not dependent on anyone or anything but themselves. Mm-hmm. Then the second thing, first it was our mom, then the second thing is our passion. Like I said, she is more of a writer. She has been passionate, she's passionate about writing, I'm passionate about cooking, baking, and we came up with all these things. I'm a marketer by profession, she's an HR academically and professionally. So we came up with all these departments because it all comes from our passion, from what we love the most.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right, that's quite impressive. And maybe you can break it down and tell us a bit more in broad about your mentorship program. How does that work?
Okay, we've worked with different organizations. Mm-hmm. What we do is, as Twin Connect individually, we also have certain girls that we mentor, like give advice to, whether it's academically or professionally or grooming. This also comes into the baking tutorials. This is also part of our mentoring, where if someone has got a passion about baking, a passion on writing, we actually mentor and take through those young girls to what they in regard to what they love the most. Mm-hmm. And we've also worked with different organizations who do mentoring of girls, empowering of girls, and that's what we are more about. If an organization approaches us and they say we've got this initiative, we also take part because they hire mentors who have mentees, maybe 2 or 3 mentees under them. Mm-hmm. Then we actually work together with certain organizations.
All right. And in terms of your mentorship, where can people find you? Where do people find you? Do you have a website where people can actually go on and look for you, or it's outreach programs?
Okay, we have a Facebook page which is Twin Connect Solutions, And we're also on Twitter, which is our Twitter handle is Connect Twin. So people can actually find all our information on those social media handles.
And what about outreach programs? Because I'm sure that you may have much more impact, or people might have much more impact or learn more about you guys when you go to the community, when you go to in different setups and you interact with young people there, young women, young men. So have you ever thought of doing something like that?
Yeah, we have actually gone to orphanages, we've gone to old people's homes, and recently we were doing this like the sporting initiative where we go to the high density setups and we talk to especially the youth who are into sports. And if we can sponsor in a way or so, then we're actually collaborating with the Ministry of Sports, assisting youth who are into sports. So those are the kind of programs that we're doing in regard to the community.
So I'm seeing that besides mentoring, catering, motivational speaking, marketing, you're now also adding sports into your whole program system. And how do you manage to juggle all of those things?
Well, it's hard work. I must say it's a lot of hard work. But like I said, one advantage is I'm a train and we work together. It's teamwork. And if you see all those things, we actually interconnect them. Sporting and youth. And on top of that, we're doing mentoring. We are into youth empowerment. So we came to a conclusion that you don't just empower someone who's in knowledge. We are not there to empower someone to get a degree, because that's not someone, you might be not gifted, but you're gifted in sports. So that's where the sporting activities come in, where we say you might not be intellectually gifted, but you can do sports. You can be empowered through sport. So that's what we're trying to do as youth, that instead of just sitting at home, you've got so much that you can do out there. You can excel in sports, you can be something in sports. Not just say, maybe I failed my O's, so I'm just going to sit home. No, you can be successful in sports, and people are actually making their lives better in sports, not just in academics.
So I see that in terms of your community, or let me say community responsibility, you assist young people into realizing there are other dreams besides those who are intellectually gifted. So you can do anything in terms of Twin Connect. If someone comes to you and they ask for assistance, you can help them in whichever way.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And then let's also talk about your charity work. Let's talk more about that. Who do you help?
All right. Like I said, first of all, charity begins at home. Basically, you are more motivated on the orphans. Like we focus more on that. Because, like I said first, in the beginning, our mom passed on, but at least we had grown, I think it was about in 2016. Then we realized then that as much as we had grown older, we're now about 20-something years, it was so hard as a young lady to lose a mom at that age. Then we came to realize that we have to go out there and help people. Because if it was hard for us in our 20s, what more someone who's a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old with no one to look up to? Maybe that person is just in an orphanage, they don't have school fees, they don't have books, they don't have socks. So we came to a conclusion that we have to assist as much as we can. Well, our mom was actually a mother to many, because she assisted a lot of people. And we also want to follow in her footsteps. Though she wasn't that person, the traditional people that just help, whether they're relatives or neighbors. While she's at home, she never used to go to the orphanages. So we want to take that into play. That instead of, okay, we can do it when I'm at home, but also have to go out there and also help, so that we can assist whether they're orphans or they're widows. Yes, that's our main focus.
Okay. So the way you're talking about your mama, I see that she was a very passionate woman, and she also impacted into your life, so that you could also carry that as well. All right. So when you're talking about assisting orphans, which homes do you go to, and how often do you visit, and what kind of impact do you have on the people that you have visited so far?
Okay, I don't know if I should mention names.
No, you don't have
But
to. Yeah.
for example, there's this charity orphanage that we've been going to, like with the assistance with other friends. We go there maybe once, quarterly every year. Then we actually assist in terms of cash, in clothing. Then we also mentor, especially like I said before, we do mentoring. You know, sometimes we are big sisters to those girls. Any issues that they will need to talk about, we are open to them and we are there for them. They might be not open to the mentors that they live with, but we come in as sisters. Because as a young ladies are very vulnerable, and some of those people don't have anyone to open up to. Maybe fear of saying, maybe my matron is not like my mom, so if I say this, but we come into play as their big sisters and we advise them, whether it's in terms of relationships, whether in terms of school, we are there for them.
Mm-hmm. So I can see that you are their Oprah, you are their everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and
The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
so I can see that you are their Oprah, you are their everything. Okay, and I see that that is a good thing that you're doing, because there are many young people out there who need help, be it orphans or disadvantaged or anyone who is a young person. There are very many young people out there who need help, and also as a young person, you are also changing the lives of other young people. So in terms of that, what kind of inspiration do you think other young people can learn from what you guys are doing?
Okay, first of all, to be just someone who's got God confidence. I know that as much as we've got our self-confidence, but if you don't have God in you, then you're definitely no one. Because as young people, I know the economy, people might blame the economy, people might blame where they come from, but I believe that the first thing some of our mentors, some of the people that we talk to, that they see from Twin Connect, that they see from Tatendo Tafadzwa, is that we have so much belief in God. And that is very important as a young person, because I believe that if you don't have God confidence, you don't go anywhere. Because you say that economy does, you blame your parents, you blame the education system, but that has got nothing to do with your destiny, because only God can determine where you're going to go and what you're going to do with your life. So I believe that it's quite an inspiration to young people, and their first focus should be on God, nothing else.
So they should really push on God. They should be strong in faith before they do anything else. Then things will work out for them.
Then on top of that, hard work. Because some people will quote me wrong and say, okay, I'm just going to go to church and pray and go back home and sleep. No. You pray to God about your vision. We prayed about Twin Connect Solutions. We started off at home, just baking, just cooking. She was busy writing, she was just doing her own things at home. But we prayed about it because it was a vision. You start off with a vision, you dream about it, it becomes a reality. So it was a vision first, then we prayed about it, we talked about it, then now it's into play, now it's a reality. So I think you just don't just kneel down and pray and go to church, but pray about it and act upon it. Because also God doesn't promote laziness. He doesn't come down from heaven and help you. But you should just, pray about it and work so hard, whatever. I know it's not easy. You might walk a milestone, nothing is easy, but you just have to work hard.
Yeah, that's so true. And but from Twin Connect Solutions, what kind of achievements have you achieved so far through your organization?
Okay, we have achieved like a number of mentees. Some have actually like gone to high school. Because at some set a group of girls to mentor. Like some of them were from some of the orphanages that we have visited. But actually said that before Twin Connect actually was registered, we used to talk to these girls once in a while. Then you find that they actually change their behaviors, they actually go to school and excel in their schools. Some of them are actually in universities, some have excelled, are now in A level, and our catering department is also excelling because we are now actually doing small events. We used to just do door-to-door events. Now we're doing small events, seminars, workshops, and now providing for organizations.
Okay, all right. And from the achievements, I'm sure maybe were there any downfalls or any challenges that you're facing?
Challenges always there. Challenges always there.
Okay.
Like I usually say that our lives are a journey. I think you have been to SA before, using the road. Leopold Tafadzwa is straight down to SA, if you realize that. But our life paths are not like that. They're not like that journey. You meet roadblocks, you meet work at men at work. All those things will be a hindrance to your journey. It's either you have to stop maybe for an hour, you have to do this, there are roadblocks, maybe the bus breakdowns. It's the same with our life. It's the same with Twin Connect. There have been hindrances. There have been people who came and discouraged us. Oh, you cannot do this in Zimbabwe. You are this, you are that. At first when we wanted to register, it was actually a disaster because we were not really like financially capable. But with God, all things are possible, and we just accepted that challenges are there, just like a life journey. You are there, you get roadblocks, you get robots, you have to stop, but you have to keep on going, because that's life for you.
Okay, earlier before the show started, I asked you if you regarded yourself as an entrepreneur, and you said that you regard yourself as a business lady. Can you please tell me the difference between the two?
Okay, okay, fine. I'm not really, I don't really know the book term, the differences. Yeah. But I like the term business lady because I like to regard myself as a lady, like how I handle myself, how I do my things. And because Twin Connect has got different businesses that we're dealing with.
Okay, so that's why you call yourself a business lady.
Yes.
So it also has to do with women empowerment in
a
way. Yes,
definitely. When I speak, I'm a speaker who usually deals with women empowerment, girl empowerment, and youth empowerment. But I focus is more on women empowerment. For example, the TEDx speech I had, it was on women empowerment. I love empowering women. I love bringing women up. Because I believe that women are queens and they're flowers, they're meant to bloom. So that's my belief.
All right, so let's also talk more about that. Let's talk about your motivational speaking. Where have you talked? You're mentioning TEDx. So where do you have your motivational speeches? Where do you talk to women? And what do you really talk about besides talking about women empowerment?
Okay. I've spoken for a variety of organizations, including Women Arise and Inspire, Wild, and recently we're at NAST talking about sex education. We were also talking to a group of females, on sex education, which is the in thing these days, especially when you're talking about HIV and AIDS. People really have to be empowered on sex education, especially as a lady, because I think they're more vulnerable in society and they should be empowered. So now we're working with Affluence Magazine, and we're going to be going into schools, marketing, and also talking, empowering women, empowering the youth on what they can do with their lives and things like sex education, HIV and AIDS.
And from the way you're talking, it seems like you really draw much on sex education. But then most people might say that it's now been, overemphasized, and it has been, sung like it's been a chorus that has been sung over and over again. What impact do your talks have when you go out there and talk to young women about sex education?
Well, I believe that, of course, people might say it's overemphasized, which is overemphasized, which has been overemphasized. But then I believe that sex education, especially in schools, universities, we might not want to agree to it, but people are doing it out there. And it's actually better to empower someone today than to watch them die or waste their lives. It's better for someone to be told what to expect, to be told what life is exactly, than to just sit back and say, oh, this is now overemphasis and we should just sit down and, I think people should be taught, people should know. As much as they want maybe to turn a deaf ear to it, but people should definitely be advised. People should know what to expect in life. Yes.
All right. And as a young person in Zimbabwe, you also earlier you mentioned that people can bring you down, people will bring you guys down and talk about how Zimbabwe is tough and, the economic situation and, everything that has to do with the situation. So as a young person in Zimbabwe, do you think that there's actually a hope or a future for an ordinary young person?
Definitely. I have hope that things are going to be okay, and there's actually hope for a better Zimbabwe, especially for youth. Because like I said, I believe so much in hard work. I don't believe that someone can sit at home with a degree and say that there's no employment. I think it's just a matter of setting your priorities right. Because people are choosy. From what I've seen as someone who mentors, who talks to youth on a daily basis, if you apply for a certain job, if you apply for jobs, you definitely find something to do. But if you are choosy, I believe in humility. You start from down there. You don't just wake up being a CEO or a director. You learn baby steps as you go up. We're also learning from other people. We are partnering with other organizations because we also want to learn something and work with other people. It's the same thing as youths. We should actually be, comfortable in learning with other people. We should be willing to learn and work with other people. If you get a job, you should accept that job and take it from there. But if you're going to say Zimbabwe is hard, the economy is hard, but you're getting a job as a salesperson and saying, no, I don't want to spend all day in the sun working, then definitely things are going to be hard for you, I don't want to lie. But if you accept whatever, whether it's commission-based, and you start from there, you meet people who are going to help you because they're divine connections, they're divine helpers. But how are you going to meet your connector or your helper when you're at home? It doesn't work like that.
All right. The way you're talking about, being a Christian and asking for divine help, I'd like to know which church you go to.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. And before we close the show, maybe you can tell us more, or if any last words to encourage young people out there, those who've got a vision and they failed a couple of times and they are now feeling hopeless. What would you say to them?
All right. I would like to say everything is possible, and failure should be a stepping stone to greatness or success. You shouldn't take failure as failing or as a stopping point or a stopping angle, but you should take that as a learning curve, as a stepping stone to your greatness or your success. You shouldn't stop there when you fail, but rather pick yourself up and continue with the journey. Failing is either a lesson or a blessing. You should continue with your life. You should learn why you failed. Go back to the drawing board. Why did I fail? Are they my circles? Is it maybe my influences? Is it my character? And work on that. Definitely, if you sit down and see that maybe this finance was a hindrance, then you go out looking for sponsorship. Get a job first. We are business people, but we have full-time employment because we still need that financial backup to boost our business. Then you can do it full-time. So that's my advice to you, that failing should actually be a stepping stone to success, not something that will make you stop totally to say, I failed, so I'll stop here. No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tafadzwa, for coming to Code 029 to walk. And thank you for watching Code 029. From me, Lungile, it's bye for now. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Center for Innovation and Technology, and follow us on our Twitter at SiteZW. Bye for now.